Right, we are back with another episode of Hooked Golf's concept of cool story, bro. And today we have a very, very special guest, someone that I owe quite a lot to. He's an absolute rad dude, one of the real ones, and I'm very excited to have him on the show, Mr. Shaun Madigan from Adidas Golf. How's it going, dude?
Hey, Chris. Thank you. I'm doing well, mate. Thank you for that introduction. Not necessary. You've achieved all your success on your own, mate. I just admired you and just started a conversation with you. So thank you for that.
Oh no, that's very cool of you. But yeah, like I said, I do owe you at least a beer when you're next over in the UK anyway, and we won't tell
I can take you
everyone
up
that.
on that.
No, definitely beer on me, and we won't tell everyone this is take two because the computer glitched. But all good, all good.
All right.
Um,
All right.
Dude, yeah, how's everything going out there in SoCal at the moment?
Things are good. Things are good, man. I can't complain. The family and I, we're doing well. We've adjusted to, COVID life, and I think we've all had to, but we're doing good. Work has been going well. I'm very impressed with the team and the support that we've all had. It's been unfortunate recently, the wildfires here in Southern California. Thoughts and prayers with those that have been directly impacted. We're fortunate enough where we're close proximity, but not as close as those that have been, lost homes or lost possessions, loved ones, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But, we're doing all right. And it's that time of the year here in Southern California. So with all this good weather that we have, we got to understand that there are some consequences.
Yeah, 100%. And like you said, thoughts to the people affected with the wildfires at the moment. And glad to hear that you and the family are doing good and you're keeping safe out there. And yeah, thanks for coming on the show, dude. And first of all, what I want to know is, and what I'm sure everyone else wants to know is, how you got into golf. What is the Madigan story here?
Yeah. It's an interesting story. Interesting to me, I should say. I didn't grow up around the game of golf. I didn't have a significant amount of exposure. Sport was everything to me. But with that, it was sport, ice hockey and lacrosse were my passion. Those were the sports that were with me since I was really, really young.
Oh, nice,
barely
man.
Yeah. And, I had stints with football and baseball. But golf to me was something I was aware of. And, I was happy to pick up a club and swing it. But I didn't grow up in a country club family.
Yeah.
I have memories of my grandfather telling me stories about when he would caddy to, make some spare change. But I didn't have a significant amount of exposure growing up. And I think one of the first memories I have of being on a golf course was probably about 12 or 13 years old. It was a group of my buddies and me in a summer afternoon, and we went to the local municipal course. It's still there, and still love playing it when I get a chance. But we went out there. We got two groups out there, but we only got one cart.
No way.
Gas cart. So we go out, and we're deep into the course. We're probably the fifth or sixth hole, and we're all piling on this cart. And sure enough, smoke's coming out of the cart. A ranger comes out of nowhere, starts yelling at us, breaks us all up. We got to go into separate groups. But we were just having fun, and it's a game, and that's what it was all about, getting out there and having fun. So I really didn't get into playing the game until after my university days. I went off to school. I played lacrosse in school, got done, and moved to Boston. One of my former teammates and I were in Boston, and we just wanted to stay active. And he started playing a little bit and brought me along. And before you know it, we were obsessed. And it was interesting. I mean, when I first started playing, I was fresh out of school, and I can remember my first set of clubs. We were on our way to the course, and we stopped at this golf shop. And I didn't have the money, but I was like, you know what? I want a set of clubs. And sure enough, I bought them. It was this promo deal where I bought the clubs and they threw in a bag and all of this, and they got me. And I was just hooked. I was absolutely hooked.
I mean, who needs to eat anyway when you can have golf clubs? That's the main thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. And I love the whole story of just a bunch of you going out on one cart, getting getting into a bit of trouble. And yeah, like you said, that's what golf is about. Just having fun, don't take it seriously, and, having a good vibe with it with your buddies. That's the biggest thing. And so you played ice hockey and lacrosse were your main sports growing up. So what was this is what I find quite interesting, especially watching Happy Gilmore with the whole ice hockey factor of it. How was it transitioning from an ice hockey swing to a golf swing?
It's interesting because a lot of individuals say if you're a hockey player, you're going to be a great golfer. And there's some fantastic golfers out there that used to be former hockey players. Brett Hall, Gretzky,
Right. Oh man,
my childhood. They are incredible golfers and they're obsessed with the game. Grant Fuhr, for example, there's some legends. And if you look at hockey players, there's not many that don't get into the game after their days. It's really still, the golf swing is about that core movement. It's moving your shoulders and your core. Hockey, it's very similar to that. Hockey does have different types of shots. There's slap shots, there's snap shots, wrist shots. So there's some different movements. But when you think of the game of golf, you have that through your different clubs. You still have a swing, but all your clubs kind of you resonate with them differently.
Yeah.
So it's, hockey obviously has that physical feature, which is slightly different. But there are techniques from the game of hockey that you can definitely come in and resonate with a golf swing. One thing for me though, hockey, I'm left-handed. Golf, I'm right-handed.
Oh, no way.
So, yeah, it's interesting. And, north of us in Canada, I think that has the largest population of left-handed golfers. Which,
wow.
A lot of times Canadians, if they're left-handed hockey players, they just generally or naturally are left-handed golfers as well. So there's definitely comparisons, but it all just kind of boils down to that person themselves.
Yeah, for sure. Oh no, that's awesome, man. And that's very cool that, you went from hockey to eventually golf and you were able to transition the shot into that. That's really, really cool. And so you mentioned that you also did a bit of football, and for the UK listeners, that's American football over here.
It is American football. Yeah, I should have mentioned that, but yes, American
all
football.
good, man. All good. What position did you play?
I was a receiver.
Nice.
Started off initially as a tight end, and then I kind of leaned down and moved out to receiver.
Oh, awesome, man. And who's your team at the moment?
Patriots. I'm from New York State, but I'm a Boston sports guy.
That's awesome. What do you think? How do you think Patriots are? They're always going to do well. They got Edelman. Yeah. Edelman's like my favorite receiver. He's awesome. But what do you think about the whole Tom Brady, Edelman? Like they're not going to be together now.
Yeah, so I picked up Edelman in my fantasy football draft last night.
Good pick.
I had to have someone. Yeah, I think I had Brady for the past 10 years, and I had to walk away. And I still have the utmost respect and admiration for Tom Brady. I do believe he's the greatest of all time. But I'm excited about what the Patriots have in front of them. And I will say that starts with Cam Newton. Cam 100%. Newton has something to prove. And I'm excited to see what he goes out and how he just brings excitement to the field for us, because it's going to be new and it's going to be different. And from what I hear, he's the first one there in the morning and he's the last one to leave at night. So he's working his ass off, and I'm excited to see what Belichick can bring to life.
Yeah, for sure, man. He's hungry. It's going to be, they're a great team and it's a good addition to them as well. So it's going to be a good season. I think NFL's just starting up again, isn't it? After the whole COVID break.
That is correct. Last night was the first night.
Oh, it's going to be, I can't wait to watch some of that. It's going to be, really, really good. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Patriots fan. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Thank you. I get some criticism from my buddies back home, but it is what it is.
Oh, no. Great team. And huge fan of them as well. And so originally you're from New York originally, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm from Western New York, the Finger Lakes, small little town in the Finger Lakes.
Yeah. And so, how come you moved from New York over to SoCal?
Bit of a journey. As I mentioned earlier, got done with the university. I went to Niagara University up in Niagara Falls, New York. So cold, right on the border of Canada. Yeah. And got done with school and moved to Boston. was in Boston for 18 months, 2 years, I would say. And I got hooked on the game. I got hooked on the game halfway through my time there and just developed a passion for it. My sister was living out here. It was with her boyfriend at the time. It's now her husband. And, I came out to visit them, and it was a different lifestyle. I was always fascinated by California. We had family members living here growing up. And, there was something about California that was intriguing to me. So I came out and visited. I went home, and believe it or not, 9/11 took place. And interesting enough, it is September 11th.
Today, yeah.
Yeah, so September 11th took place, and I just started reflecting on things. And a year later, I made a decision. I got in my car, and I said, I want to go to where the golf mecca, Southern California. And I truly had a passion to get in with a golf manufacturer. So I got in my car. God, it must have been August of 2002, and I started my journey. I think it was a 2-week journey, my car and me. And
that's incredible.
Didn't have much to my name other than some golf clubs, I think a skateboard and some clothes. And drove out here. Interesting enough, 18 years ago to the date, I got here on September 11th, 2002. And I just said, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. So no job lined up. And, I was determined. Started knocking on doors, and nothing was really taking place. And when did you know it, I met a recruiter, and this is probably two months after I'd been here. Maybe not that long, maybe about a month after I'd been here. Met a recruiter, and went and spoke with her. She said, let me see what I can find. And a couple weeks went by, and when did you know it, I felt defeated. There wasn't much happening. I wasn't getting much, phone call or interview opportunity, anything.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a Friday afternoon, and she gave me a call, and she said, hey, I have this company I think you might be interested in. You're probably never heard of the company. It's a step back in regard to, level of position.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, at this point, just tell me what the name of the company is. And she said, TaylorMade Adidas Golf. And my face, I'll never forget. I was walking in the grocery store, and I just stopped. I stopped in the middle of my tracks, and I was like, excuse me? And she said, do you know the company? And I said, yes, that's exactly what I want to do.
No way.
Yeah, so I went on the interview. I believe it was a Monday morning. Like, it lined up that quickly. Went on the interview Monday morning, and I started as a temp with a company on Tuesday morning. And I started in the credit department.
That's insane.
Yeah, almost 18 years later, here I am. So, since then I've gone back to the Northeast. I've been back here for just over 7 years now. So it's been quite a journey, but almost half my life has been with this brand of Adidas. So it's been wild, but I'm excited.
That's incredible. 18 years with the company, and that speaks volumes on how great it is. That's incredible. And what was it like? So obviously that answers my question, how you got in with Adidas Golf. And what's a question for you with that is, what's the best or the most standout moment you've had with the company? Like, is it a golf course that you've played with them, or like a pro that you've met with them, like an idol?
Yeah. There's a lot. There are so many memories.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Storyteller too. I could sit around a campfire and listen to stories for nights and nights and nights. I love stories, and I love learning through stories. There's been some moments. There's been some personal moments of, success or reward. Back in the day, there was always a big sales awards dinner. And I had a brief stint as a sales representative. And the night I won my first ever sales award, it was such an internally emotional night for me, because I, as a young entry-level employee, I went to these award dinners and I saw them, and I aspired to be that. Yeah. So years later, when I had the opportunity to accept a trophy and award, it was really emotional for me internally. It was just something I'll never forget. But then outside of that, I think one of the greatest moments just took place in February.
This February just
believe it or
gone.
not. What's that?
This February just gone.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah, just this past, and it was kind of combined into two opportunities. I had an opportunity to have a discussion with my childhood idol, Mr. Wayne Gretzky,
Wow.
and speak to him about the game of golf and just his enjoyment for the game, and obviously his relationship with our phenomenal athlete of Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
But then in addition to that same day, I was asked to go play Augusta National.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. And sure enough, I think 10 days later, I was standing on the grounds for the second time of Augusta National. And I actually, this time I was inside the ropes. But it was an absolutely incredible experience and something that, Chris, I tell people this, and where I'm from, I'm not supposed to be at Augusta National. I didn't grow up with that type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with, was it a dream for me? Absolutely. My dreams are huge. My dreams are big, but it didn't seem attainable for me. So to the individual that gave me the invitation and the opportunity, I will forever, ever be thankful for it. But it was a very, very special experience and one that I will always remember.
Oh, I can imagine, man. But you know what? Yeah, you totally earned that, dude. You're incredible human, and I couldn't think of anyone more who deserves to step on that tee box as well, which is absolutely awesome. And what is your game like? How did you play when you played Augusta?
I can't. So I know this. I parred 1.
Yep.
I birdied 8 and 13.
No way.
Yeah, I lipped out for birdie on 15, and other than that, I was doing this the whole time. My head was on a swivel. My caddy was just laughing at me because I struggled with the bunkers. There was rain that day. I couldn't have cared less about the rain. I was going up and giving pictures of flowers. I wanted to see where Phil hit the shot from the trees on 13. There was, Amen Corner. The group went ahead, and I actually stood back and just kind of spent some time on the grounds there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was the other thing too. I had this, fashion is everything for me. I truly enjoy fashion. It's something that I always have, and I'm very particular.
Yeah.
So, I was stressing over the outfit, and then I got there and it was raining. So we had just done our collaboration with Palace, the skateboard company that I know you're familiar with.
Amazing drops, man. Amazing collab.
Thank you. But I'm wearing my Palace rain jacket on the grounds of Augusta. It was so surreal to me. But yeah, I'm hanging back and I'm just kind of walking over the bridge a couple times and just really just taking it all in. And that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Of course, you want to shoot a good score and you want to pay attention and focus on your game, but I wanted to make sure that I enjoy the moment. And those around me encourage the same thing. Don't stress over your game, enjoy the moment because it might be the only moment or opportunity that you have there. So that's exactly what my approach was.
100%. And I actually had this the same kind of convo with Hafer, and we were saying, we don't keep score when we play. I try and keep score for maybe the first 3 holes, and then if it's terrible 3 holes, I'm just I'm just gonna go and play some.
Have fun.
Exactly that. And I'd be exactly the same if I got that opportunity. I would literally just be there with my camera, probably trying to take a shot, but just taking as many pictures as I could, because that's monumental. That is unbelievable. And please tell me you've got a photo of you with your Palace stuff on.
Yeah. I got several photos of me with it. A group photo. I got a photo of myself on 12 hitting my tee shot into the par 3.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some photos there. Crazy story was I was so excited for the moment. And I was watching the forecast and it indicated potential rain.
Yep.
I didn't even bring rain pants, so I show up on the grounds and it was coming down. It was just a consistent mist, and there was no way I was going to be able to play without a pair of rain pants. And sure enough, the member that I played with, he said, "Here, I have an extra pair. Wear these." But it was just so excited about the moment that wasn't thinking clearly going into it. Let's just say that.
Oh, that's awesome. But I mean,
Yeah,
I think most people who do get invited to play Augusta, they're never going to think clearly about it. It's just such an exciting rush that, you're just going to try and do whatever you got to do to get there. And that's
absolutely.
incredible.
Yeah, and Chris, it's interesting to you ask me that question because there's oftentimes that I remind myself that I had that opportunity and how fortunate I am because I know there's individuals that go an entire lifetime to dream of this opportunity, and I'll be forever grateful of it.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Like you said, there's, a lot of people out there that, even just want to go and just watch the Masters and, stand at the course, let alone play it. That's, wow, that is, see, this is a cool story, man. This is a cool story, bro. That's awesome. So, so
Of
good.
course. It was interesting too because the prior April of 2019 was when I had the first opportunity to go to Augusta National.
Yeah.
And that was a very, very special moment for me. And that was something that I will also, I should put there as well in my top memories of my time within the industry. And it was while I was there, I was doing everything I could to take it in because I didn't know if I'd ever have an opportunity to go back. And then to know within 10 months, I was actually playing the course. It was absolutely surreal to me. It really was.
Wow. That's a short amount of time as well. Like where that all
Yeah.
happened. That's incredible. And no, that's really
Yeah.
cool, man. And obviously working for Adidas Golf, how many pairs of golf shoes do you have?
Golf or shoes in general, sneakers in general, trainers, if you will. I know
Let's
that's
go both. Let's go both.
okay. Golf, I do purge, but I will say there are some that I won't let go of. There
Yeah.
are some that I have in my archives that they just aren't going to go anywhere. My family would lie. They would tell you that I'm lying, but I would say golf is probably 50 to 75 pair.
Wow.
They'd
50 to
probably, if
75.
they could hear me right now, they'd probably say it's easily 100.
Just golf shoes.
Yeah, I mean, there's reasons for that.
Yeah.
I love footwear. I always have. I mean, when I was a little guy, I used to sit in class and I had a sketch pad and I would draw shoes. I grew up obsessing over Jordans. I can remember the first pair of Sambas I ever wore.
No way.
So I just loved trainers, if you will, and so it's always been a thing for me where, now that I've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to expand my the amount of inventory I have, I've really just kind of cherished it. So yeah, there's quite a bit. There's a few different storage places for all the golf footwear that I have.
No way. That's awesome, man. And what's your go-to pair of golf shoes at the moment?
Code Chaos, absolutely.
Code
100%
Chaos.
Code
Such
Chaos.
a rad shoe, man.
Yeah, I can remember when the footwear creation team showed me the initial, proto of that shoe, and it was exactly, and still is exactly what I'm looking for. I don't want that overly traditional classic, and it just was more of like performance and a little bit of that trainer-esque, styling, and very easy for me to wear. Has a little bit of attitude to it as well. So yeah, I loved it from day one, and it's definitely my go-to.
Oh, 100%. It's a beautiful silhouette of a shoe, and I just can't believe how grippy they are for a spikeless shoe.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
nuts.
our development team did a fantastic job of creating that outsole and that cleating system. It's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it's by far my favorite shoe, and like you said, I love the boa version as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've got a set of them that I'm using just as everyday shoes, just because I love how progressive they look. It's just such an awesome looking shoe that I'll wear it into the city or wear it to go out for dinner. It's just such a rad shoe, man.
Absolutely. It is. It's just easy to wear, like I mentioned. I think, and then in addition to that, outside of that, we just launched it, the ZX 8000. That was another shoe that I was so excited for us to bring to market, and that's just been fun for me to wear the past couple of rounds I've played. But Code Chaos is my go-to.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've got the ZX 8000. Absolutely love them as well. Just love how, it's the original colorway. It just looks absolutely amazing. And, when I'm on the course, everyone's like, oh, man, they're really rad. Are they golf shoes? I'm like, yeah, you got to check them out, dude.
Yeah.
Like, just brought them out. Unbelievable. And, no, that's insane, though. Like, 100 pairs. Let's be honest. It's probably 100 pairs.
It is not. It is not. I can tell you, there's some buddies of mine that are fortunate. They have the same shoe size as me, so they benefit at the end of each season, and I purge. But there's just some classics in there, like the old Z Traction, if you remember it.
Yeah.
I still have our initial Tour 360s. I have when we had Ian Poulter on staff, he used to do some crazy colors with their Z Traction. I have a couple pair of those that I just, I've never worn and I'll never let go of. Sergio, when he put Tour 360 in place, there was a promo version for him, and I was lucky enough to get a pair of those.
Oh wow!
Ryder Cup shoes. We used to do hot shot colorways, which today is a bit of hype. So there's reasons why the archives are there. At least reasons for me. I can justify it. But yeah, let's say the garage is pretty full with golf shoes.
Oh, 100%. And I've got a big collection of golf shoes now as well. Like, definitely not as many as you, but I understand it. You get the limited ones, you don't want to part with them because you're never going to get them again. 100%.
Right. Yeah. And it's just my thing.
Exactly, dude. No, I totally get it, man. I totally get it. And next thing is, so obviously that was a very big standout moment for you with work. Going to Augusta. Personally, personal, what would you say has been a really big kind of trip for you and, some buddies or, a solo trip?
Oh, interesting. So every fall, there's two trips.
Yeah.
I have a group of close friends back in New York. My buddies, I call them my university buddies, if you will. And then there's a bigger group branching off of them, friends of theirs from their area. So in the summer, there's four of us, and we do a little golf trip back in the Albany, New York area every year, it's special to me. We've been doing it for about 6 years now, 7 years. So I love that trip, and it's Troy Country Club, Schuyler Meadows, and then Kabik Glens Falls Country Club. We go up north towards Lake George, and we played it's called the Saratoga or the Sagamore. It kind of depends on that third course and what we play.
Yeah.
But then in the fall, we take the four of us and we branch it out. There's four more that join us. We've done Pinehurst. I'm trying to get them to do Bandon.
Didn't
Bandon
you just play Bandon a couple of weeks ago as well?
I got to play Bandon for summer solstice, which that's fantastic. Yeah, and that's the guys from Seamus, Akbar and Matt.
Yeah, summer solstice. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, they invited me to play it. 72 holes, and granted, the evening before we played the Sheep Ranch, we teed off at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
played the Sheep Ranch in less than 3 hours. We just flew through. Had the most fun on the course that I played in quite some time. So I highly recommend the Sheep Ranch up at Bandon.
That's awesome.
But then the next morning, first tee shot I think was 6:52 a.m. and the last tee shot last putt dropped at 7:02 p.m. So yeah, summer solstice up at Bandon was definitely up there as well.
Wow. And so I remember seeing the Eric Anders Lang video of that. What is it? Maybe 2 years ago or something now.
Yeah.
How does it work with the summer solstice? So people they're invited to it, but then if you leave, you've got to go back onto a waiting list to get back onto it.
Correct.
So
yeah,
are you now on there?
So I don't know all the details because Seamus invited me to come
right.
to a friendship level. But from my understanding, the questions that I was asking, yes, think of it almost as like a hike drop where there's a list and you get on that list and you're just trying to get in. but they anniversary it. So if you were one of the original groups and you stayed on, you get to take precedent. You have priority. So after playing that and posting that, a lot of people reached out to me and asked, how do you get in? And it's a process.
Yeah, it's a long list.
They're max capacity now. And, I know there's a waiting list for those that want to get in.
And I can't see Akbar dropping that anytime soon. That's such an amazing day. 72 holes in 12 hours. How many pairs of socks did you bring?
Change socks and shoes after every round.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. Yep. God, what did I go through? I think I had 2 pair of Code Chaos in the lineup. I'm drawing a blank. I might have also had Adicross, actually a shoe that's over in your market.
Yeah.
Adicross. So I had there might have been a 4th, and I'm just drawing a blank on what that 4th pair was. But I know there was 2 pair of Code Chaos because that's the ones I enjoy the most.
That's your shoe. Yeah, no, that's insane. In 12 hours of golf, and did you carry as well?
You have a caddy, but you walk. Yeah. So if I remember correctly, we did just shy of a marathon. So it was like 25.5 miles.
Oh, wow.
And I want to say it was north of 50,000 steps. And one of my buddies, he said, well, if you hit it straight, it would have been half that. But I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of steps in that day, no matter what.
That is insane. 50,000 steps. But yeah, that's insane to be able to do that. And at Bandon as well. That's an incredible. Is that the first time you've played Bandon as well?
I was up there 2 or 3 times before.
Yeah.
And like I was mentioning, it's a trip I'm trying to get my buddies back from New York out there. It's a very special place to me. I truly admire it. I think it's the one thing I love about Bandon is it's all golf and it's enjoyable golf.
Yeah.
Whether you're playing the preserve or you're going over to the punch ball or playing their actual, full 18-hole courses, you're surrounded by enjoyment of the game. And the views are absolutely remarkable. You're looking over the coast of the Pacific, Oregon coastline. It's very special. I will tell you this. It's one of those pinch me moments. You're on a golf course and you're like, this is why I love this game.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's awesome, man. And so moving from New York, to California, what are the kind of, what's your kind of take? What do you think, East Coast or West Coast, who has the better courses?
Oh.
Or what? Let's say, what do you prefer even?
So I was a sales rep in the Northeast for 7 years. I called on, New York City, Westchester, Northern Jersey, even had experiences out in Long Island. And then I was also briefly up in the Boston area. I love the Northeast. Those courses are what resonate the most with me.
Wow.
I just love the visual aesthetics of those courses. I think it's what I'm also most familiar with.
Yeah.
That's not to discredit any of the West Coast courses. I mean, some of the greatest courses in the world are here on the West Coast. I even love the courses that are around us here in Southern California. But me just being a Northeast guy, it's the pine trees, the pine needles, the smell in the air. That's just what I know. So I would go back to the Northeast for that answer.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I mean, that was home to you. So understandable, man. Completely understandable. And let's talk a bit of fashion. You're a very, very fashionable guy. What's your...
Try to be.
Oh, no, 100% you are, dude. Like, everyone I speak to, there was like Madigan. He's the dude. He's like one of the coolest guys I know. So 100%, man. And what's your kind of go-to outfit on the course?
It's important to me. I'm not going to hide that. Like, when I know I'm playing, I'm thinking through, like, what do I want to wear? And it is a little bit about where am I playing? What's the environment I'm playing? Am I playing with a group of guys that I know the speaker's going to be going? Am I playing with a group of, well, it's not just guys. Am I playing with a group of individuals that are going to be more focused on score, a little bit more, proper, if you will? Am I going up to the GOAT and just want to be out hitting golf balls and, enjoying the game? So I do I do plan it out. And lately I've just had this a little bit more of a casual vibe, and casual, simple, if you will. It's interesting. I mean, I'm inspired from all different areas of life.
For sure.
I can see an outfit on the streets and my mind gets spinning as to, how can I spin that into golf? So, lately I've just kind of had a little bit more of a casual desire when I go out and play. That doesn't mean I'm not wearing the proper attire. It's just a little bit more simple, casual approach.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think that's the same with me. Is I just like to wear what I'm comfortable in, and I feel like if I feel like I look good, I'll play marginally a little bit better. Hopefully, anyway.
Yeah, and that's there might be a piece from our range that I want to test out. And I put that on, and the other day, for example, I was trying one of our new short materials. And it was a little bit longer in length, and I'm a little particular on my inseam length, so I rolled it up a little bit and just got the vibe going that I wanted, and I rocked it with a solid polo and a bucket hat in the new ZX8000s. And
dude, awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty casual for me. It didn't look like I was walking to the first tee of a PGA Tour event, but for me it worked.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. That's really cool. And for you on the course, what's an accessory that you've always got to have with you, whether it's a tech accessory, clothing or fashion, something that you always just keep in your golf bag? What's always a must for you on course?
So I'm an accessories guy. I love accessories. So I've got a couple.
Man.
Yeah. Arnold Palmer is means everything to me. It was his birthday yesterday.
Yeah, happy birthday to the king then.
Yeah, I have an Arnold Palmer ball mark that always has to be with me. I have a divot tool from the team of Seamus that they gave me years ago that's always in my pocket.
Oh, nice.
And I mean, that hats. I grew up a hat guy. My father's a hat guy, so hats critical for me. There's a lot of hats in this house along with the shoes as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a different variety of hats, whether it's a visor, a traditional ball cap, or bucket hat, whatever it may be. I would say those are the three that are definitely going to be on me.
100%. No, I get that. I'm a shoe, hat, and sunglasses guy. They're my three things that I've always got to make sure are in check before I go to the course or go out with some friends or anything. They're always the three staples I've got to be wearing.
It's interesting it's interesting you say sunglasses. So the past couple of years, I've made an effort to ensure I have sunglasses on. Here in Southern California, obviously we're playing in pretty sunny conditions.
Yeah.
But I've gone out of my way to make sure that I am wearing eyewear when I'm out on that course.
Is it a big thing in America with more golfers using eyewear? Because over here in the UK, not a lot of golfers. I guess it is a little bit cloudier, but even when it's sunny, a lot of golfers tend to choose not to wear eyewear over here.
You're always going to see eyewear. I shouldn't say always, but most of the times here in the States, you do see eyewear offered at retail, in golf retail.
Yeah.
And I think more and more individuals that I'm playing with are wearing it, but it does have a little bit of that PGA Tour approach where you don't see it. And you don't see it on the LPGA either. You don't see a lot of eyewear being worn. And I don't know if that's just, some find it distracting. My approach is different. I'm going out to ensure I have fun. Do I want to shoot a low score? Sure, but I'm going to make sure I have fun, first and foremost. So some people I think might find it distracting and use the hat or the visor as the answer to it.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that's trending a little bit more here in the States.
Yeah, for sure. It's I find it quite funny over here. Is I use sunglasses. Even if it's overcast, I'll always still have a set on. And I forgot them the other day, and it wasn't even super sunny, and I just couldn't see where my ball was going because I got so used to them in the end.
Right. You think about it. We protect our skin with sunscreen, but why wouldn't we protect our eyes from the sun as well? So that was what the message was. It was relayed to me, and I said, you know what, I got to make a little bit of a shift here and be a little bit more protective.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And golf bag, what you gaming at the moment? What's the go-to club that you you can hit, Shaun? Like, just without thinking, it's always going to be your go-to shot.
I love my putter.
The
I will
putter, the
always,
flat stick's the one for you.
I will always love a putter, but my favorite club in the bag is a 7-iron.
7-iron.
For some reason, I love the look of it. I always love standing over it. I practice with it the most. I mean, if you look at my club, my 7-iron is the one that's gonna, the face is gonna be the most worn out. I don't know why. 7-iron. If I'm in the trees, I'll punch out with a 7-iron. It's just one that I feel as though I typically am. 7-iron for me is 150.
Yeah.
But I can back it down and I can pick it up. I just have a lot of confidence with a 7-iron.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And what irons are you playing at the moment, dude?
Well, I just placed an order for the new 770s.
Oh.
And, yeah, I've got the 790s in the bag, and I've been playing with those for a while.
Yeah.
But I did have some exposure to the Callaway Apex. And big fan of those.
That's a great set of irons.
Yeah, but I started with this company and this industry and the TaylorMade side, and I owe a lot to the TaylorMade brand, and I'll always stay true to them. So yeah, I'm excited to get the 770s in my bag.
Yeah, it's a lovely set of irons. They look incredible from everything I've seen on Instagram and photos. I'm still waiting till I can actually venture out to a golf store that stocks them over here and try some out. Yeah. They look incredible. No, that's really awesome, man. And
they do.
What's next for you, dude? What trips you got coming up? Like, what's next round of golf, let's say? What you got coming up, dude?
Good question. I wish I could tell you I was getting on a plane and you and I would be teeing it up next week.
100%.
That is not the case. Work travel is, on the back burner for the time being and for the foreseeable future. So I don't know what will be taking place in regard to that. It's always important for me to go back and see my parents in New York.
Yeah.
I'll probably try to do that at some point this fall and run into my buddies and get a round or two in with them. Fall golf back in the Northeast, there's nothing better, especially if you got a clear day, the leaves changing. You just got to take it in. Yeah. So to be determined, I don't know what the next trip will be. Next round of golf, I don't know it'll be on tap this weekend, but next week I'll definitely be itching to get out there. So I'll probably set something up with some friends of mine and get out and go.
Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And yeah, no, I wish we were teeing it up soon, which would have been rad. And obviously you came to the UK, beginning of this year, didn't you?
I did. I was there in January for a little event with the team, and I always enjoy going over there. I've learned a lot about the game just through my travels there. I've had the opportunity to go up and experience St. Andrews and Glen Eagles, not necessarily playing, but just, go experience those properties, even Turnberry.
Yeah.
And it's remarkable. I love the history of the game there. I love the approach to the game there. Again, going back to storytelling, I could sit down and listen to those stories around the game of golf for hours.
100%, man. And that's really cool that you get to come over here and experience that as well. And dude, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it, man. It's guys, check this guy out. He is the man, the myth, the legends, Shaun Madigan. And I'm looking forward to when COVID finally leaves us or settles down, and you can come over and we'll tee it up in with Chris and Dan and have a good old time, man.
I would love that. Chris, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I enjoy talking with you, and I enjoy talking about the game and fashion. So I appreciate you reaching out, and happy to do this with you.
No, not at all, man. My pleasure. And again, thank you so much. Guys, thank you very much for tuning into this episode with Shaun. And again, his story about the Masters, unbelievable. And we'll see you on the next episode, guys. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.